If you're trying to figure out how to make a Lego city, you'd want to do it right. And yet, I see so many people making the same mistakes, which is holding them back from making the Lego city of their dreams. They spend so much time working on these intricate, detailed buildings, and yet when it comes to actually make the city layout with all of the buildings together, the layout gets treated like an afterthought. So in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to be breaking down the 5 biggest mistakes that Lego city builders make and how to fix them. We're going to start off with the most common mistake that I see, which is not using a grid, which is also known as Mills plating. Oftentimes, what I see is people laying out their buildings and then they just use their open table as a street and places to add trees and minifigures and their other details. This results in an unstable area, meaning all of your hard work could get messed up if you accidentally bump into the table. In order to fix this, you can start by creating a Mills plate, which is essentially a base plate, a layer of interlocking brick, and then some plates on top. Using these are a great way to help connect all of your buildings together and make them more rigid on the foundations that they're on. However, adding Mills plates to your city gets expensive really fast, especially if you have a rather large layout. What you can do instead, if you have a bunch of extra base plates laying around and you don't want to buy a bunch of new plate, is create this assembly here, which is essentially the start of a Mills plate with the base plate on the bottom and the interlocking brick in the middle. But instead of adding some plate on top, you're going to take your extra base plate or the base plate that is already connected to your modular building, and you're going to just place that on top. Now, having the base plates like this means that your buildings won't actually be connected to the foundations underneath. But what this will get you is to the proper height so you can have a road out front and a nice sidewalk on top of that. You can use these Lego sets here, which are proper road plate packs, and you can just go ahead and use tiles to connect all of these roads together. And you can also put these on a base plate if you want to also make them modular as well. The second mistake I see people make is trying to custom build everything and then they run out of ideas, time, bricks, and money. This leads to burnout and eventually leaves you feeling like your hobby is now a chore. In order to fix this, it's best to start small. Don't be afraid to use official Lego sets in your city, as they are a great place to get started from and get ideas from. These can also help you find an architectural style that you like and how to recreate them with Lego pieces. Regardless of whether you want to fully invest in modular buildings or you want to start smaller with Lego city sets or friend sets or even the Winter Village sets, using official Lego sets in your cities is a step in the right direction. The third mistake I see people make is making everything out of gray. While light bluish gray and dark bluish gray help make everything more realistic, unfortunately they don't have a lot of saturation and they don't make your city pop. In order to fix this, try implementing different color schemes in each of your builds. Don't be afraid to try some really interesting color combinations. Even if you don't think that they could work, chances are that it might work out better than you imagined. And this also gives new life to those random colored pieces in your Lego collection that you have no other use for. The fourth mistake builds off the third one in that a lot of people don't add foliage. They don't add greenery and different plant and animal life to their cities, which helps a Lego city come to life. Adding these details can be as simple as adding some green plate outside of front of your buildings, or you can go as complex as creating custom trees, different flower variations, and so much more. You can even go ahead and add official Lego botanical sets if you like the look of those. This, along with adding all of the color into each of your buildings, really helps your city start to come to life. But the best way to make your city come to life is with the train. Adding a train track to your layout, regardless of whether it's a complete loop or if it's a shunting layout, can help add a lot of movement and different life to your city. This can also help you tell more different stories with the layout that you're creating and help your city be more unique. And adding a train doesn't need to be complicated either. You can buy a Lego set that comes with the train and all of the track needed, or you can go ahead and buy your own track to make your own custom layout that perfectly fits your city needs. And look, if you're watching this video and realizing that you're making at least one of these mistakes, that's a good thing, because that means that you care about your hobby, you're trying to improve, and you're making an effort to learn. And don't stress about trying to fully finish the layout either. That's the beauty of Lego. You can tear everything apart and start anew again if you have new ideas. And so if something's not working for you, feel free to change it. It can be as simple or as complicated as you like. So feel free to use this video as a springboard to help get your Lego city started. But if you found all the information in this video informative or at the very least entertaining, make sure to like the video and subscribe, as well as turn on the bell notification so you don't miss any future uploads, like another version of this video. And if you're interested in seeing my Lego city in greater detail, I'll put a video right here for you to check out. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you next time. Bye for now.